Alright, hello to you all. I'm here today to show off our little RPG game. We made a game basically where we have a little bit of a trivia race with cars, whereas if you answer a question correctly, your car gains points, and if you reach a certain amount of points, you win. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to show off how this game runs, and then I'm going to show you each individual function, and we're going to go from there. Alright, so let's start off by running the actual function. I'm going to switch over to the command window so you can actually see the prompts. Pulling back up the question sheet, and there we go. So we have the first thing coming up here from the menu saying pick your car. You have the choice between a Lamborghini or a McLaren. Personal preference up to you. I'm going to go with the Lamborghini. Next up, you get to choose a color. So you may choose green, red, or purple. Again, personal preference. Let's go with red, because red makes everything go faster. And now we get to the trivia, right? So, essentially, we get this quote, shake and bake. Where is that from? Is it from Talladega Nights, Kraft Mac and Cheese, or Chef Boyardee? Talladega Nights, I know this one personally, so I'm going to click on this. Congrats! What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen African swallow? You might have to be a Monty Python fan to get this, but the answer, 25 meters per second. Next up, we have who founded the University of Vermont? And we're looking at the three options: Bailey Howe, Dudley H. Davis, or Ira Allen. Never mind, he's smiling. Lake Champlain is the blank largest lake in the United States. Now let's answer this question. It's the 6th largest lake in the United States. And then, sweet baby Jesus, you know your stuff. What's my favorite color? Now, we chose a few very obscure colors, not expecting anyone to actually know this. I'm going to go ahead and say chartreuse. And we see a GIF appearing, actually. It's not quite a GIF, but it's 3 rapidly appearing images, kind of showing that we answered incorrectly, and our car immediately came to a stop and then a explosion, indicating we have lost. And you see down here in the bottom, points equals 3, so close, try again. It's quite an interesting game, it's a lot of fun. So now let's break down into the individual functions. First off, we have the run game. The run game, basically what it does is it calls each individual function in order that it appears. Basically, it comes down to whatever car you select, or if you select no car at all. If you select no car at all, you're going to get a Prius automatically assigned to you. And in this case, we're looking at, the top line of this code where the points equals drive Prius, and then it opens up this function right here, drive Prius. I would do the same thing for each color and car combination that we have available to you. You see the if-else-if, continuing on for several iterations until we end this function. Now let's look at the next one, pick car. In pick car, we have a few different of the requirements. We have at the top, you can see the menu where you first actually pick your car. Remember Lamborghini or McLaren. We have the switch function. We have a simple if statement right down here at the if k equals 0. We have if else as well right down here. But generally, the whole purpose of this is to kind of set up the whole role-playing part and kind of give you a little bit of a tip on what actual car you're going to get. So if we go through the code, you see a bunch of different displays giving you phrases that are kind of meant to kind of increase the enjoyment you might feel with this game. You see, if this is the case, if M is equal to 2, it will display sexy. If we scroll up a little bit, we actually researched and found the mottos of each car company. And so if you were to choose, say, Lamborghini or something, it would display the world's biggest secret because that is their motto. So yeah, that's essentially the purpose of this function. If we were going down each one of these, it might take a little bit longer than we have time for this video. But they all generally show the same thing. They're all pretty much the same function. They basically go through the list of all the trivia questions. Here you see question 2, question 1's right up there. And we kind of go down the list and display answers, give you some time, and if you were to say fail, display that little 3-image slideshow of what might happen to you if this were a high-stakes race. So here you see if, else if, and this kind of tells you whether or not you were wrong. Up here you will see the 3 images appearing in a row after a few different pauses, or congratulations if you get it right. Again, the same process down here with a little bit of fun language, and we have the menu function again, so you may select your answer to each one of these questions. It's pretty much the same process. You might see if else towards the bottom. Yes, there it is. Another one of our basic requirements. You have if and else. Again, this is the last question. So we kind of have to end it there. So we're not including another if else statement. We're just saying if this or else do this. And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing if E is equal to one of these 4 values, then it will do the whole slideshow thing. Or if not, it's going to display you're not even going to guess, and it won't alter your points. You also see a bit of a compound statement here with the or this, or that, or that. And so yeah, basically all of these drive functions share the same general makeup, except obviously with a different color and make of cars. Next I'm going to go all the way down to endgame, which is where we kind of wrap up. And this kind of determines whether or not you actually win in the game. So in here we have the if else. Again, you see that. We have a nested if and compound and statements. So you see the compound and statement right about here. You see the nested if within here, and this kind of determines whether or not your points are equal to the value you need to win. In this case, that would be up here. If you go lower, so close, try again, all these fun display messages. But in the end, this is just kind of ascertain whether or not you actually won the game, which, it can be a little bit challenging. So yeah, this was our little RPG game that we made. It was me, Connor. We had Adam, Joel, Raphael, and Tony. And together we made quite an amazing game. Thanks for listening.